The IPAC expressed confidence in INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakub and warns anti-democratic elements plotting to remove him and truncate the ongoing electoral process. The council backed deployment of BVAS, IREV for 2023 general elections and urged Nigerians to defend the nation's hard-earned democracy from political hirelings and their sponsors who don't want free, fair, credible, transparent, peaceful, and inclusive general election. Esteemed political party leaders and Nigerians, ladies and gentlemen, the Inter-Party Advisory Council of Nigeria held an emergency General Assembly meeting today, Monday, 24th January 2023, on crucial national issues and evaluated emerging threats to the 2023 general elections, particularly the grand plots by anti-democratic forces to remove the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakub from office on frivolous allegations of false asset declarations few weeks to the general elections, attacks on the commission's offices in some parts of the country, which destroyed sensitive and non-sensitive electoral material and other property including permanent voters' cards, ballot boxes, voting cubicles, megaphones, electric power generators, electric bags, water storage tanks, office furnitures, and fixtures in Zamfara, Imo, Ebonyi, Ogun State, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Jigawa, FCT, Ondo State, and others, and campaign violence. Despite these unprecedented attacks on its facilities and the huge cost in replacing them immediately, as the time is of the essence, INEC has remained resolute, undaunted, and courageous in deploying technology in the conduct of free, fair, credible, transparent, and inclusive general elections, leading to peaceful transfer of power in 2023. INEC's position on the deployment of technology in the conduct of the 2020 general election is in tandem with the stance of IPAC. Accordingly, the entire political chairman under the umbrella of Inter-Party Advisory Council reaffirms its confidence in the Independent National Electoral Commission led by Professor Mahmoud Yakub to conduct the 2023 general election. IPAC is satisfied with the preparations, arrangements, and measures taken so far by the Commission to conduct free, fair, credible, and transparent, inclusive, peaceful, and generally acceptable elections, particularly its decision to deploy the bimodal voters registration system, BVAS, and voters using the voters' fingerprint. BVAS is intended to achieve two objectives. First, is the verification of the authenticity of the PVCs, the fingerprints, and the faces of voters during accreditation. Secondly, it replaces the Z-Pad for uploading the polling unit results to the INEC Result Viewing Portal, IREV, in the real time on election day. BVAS is also act as INEC Voters Enrollment Device, IVE, during voters registration. So its usage has also eliminated the use of incident forms during accreditation on election day. So it is an effective system that prevents electoral malpractices. So it is this improved technology in the conduct of elections that triggered attacks on INEC facilities and grand plots to remove its chairman few weeks to the presidential and national assembly election, slated for 25th February 2023. So by those who benefited from grossly flawed elections and want to maintain the stand or the status quo that impeded the nation's democracy and impoverished the populace. Several attempts have been made to remove the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, from office, following his determination to conduct credible elections. So the latest was through an originating summon in suit number FCT/HC/GAR/CV/47/2022 at the Federal High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, by one Somadike Uzoamaka against the Attorney General of the Federation and Professor Mahmoud Yakub, seeking an order of mandatory injunction directing and compelling the INEC chairman to recuse, excuse and exclude himself and or step down as the chairman of INEC pending the investigation against him by the various law enforcement agencies. The plaintiff also sought an order of court to stop Professor Mahmoud Yakub from holding or assuming any public office for a period of 10 years, among others. alleging that Yakub failed to declare his assets at the Code of Conduct Bureau as required by law. So INEC boss tendered evidence on how he acquired the property in court. Delivering judgment, Justice Mariam Hassan quashed the allegation of false asset declaration and stopped security agents from investigating him. It is victory for democracy, due process, and the rule of law. Again, the grand plot to derail the ongoing electoral process, create a constitutional crisis, political upheavals, and quagmire has been aborted. Nigerians will come to tolerate a repeat of the infamous June 12, 1993 presidential election in peace. So IPAC commends the judiciary for upholding the law, the rule of law, as a temple of justice and beacon of hope for the aggrieved people. The council applauds this landmark judgment that quashed frivolous, spurious, and unsubstantiated and wide and baseless allegations against Professor Mahmoud Yakub by political hirelings and their sponsors who are afraid of free and fair elections, and want the status quo to remain. The judiciary should remain steadfast, decisive, firm, unwavering in the discharge of its constitutional duties as the last hope of the common man. IPAC warns the reactionary forces to desist from their plots to truncate the nation's emerging democracy. The national interest supersede primordial interests. The council will resist any attempt to jeopardize the ongoing electoral process that will deepen and strengthen civil rule. All patriotic Nigerians are in support of INEC's effort to sanitize the nation's electoral process and conduct credible elections that will reflect the will and mandate of the people. The era of election rigging, vote buying, ballot snatching, and stuffing and falsification of results is over as we collectively take steps to produce and defend our hard-earned democracy since May 29, 1999. This time, every vote must be counted and count in the overall result. We must get it right and move the nation forward in the quest for sustainable democracy in Nigeria. We are deeply concerned about the level of insecurity in the country, spreading in most parts of the states, where the governors are using sponsored touts to stop and destroy campaign materials and the party offices of the opposition political parties in their respective states, while the security agencies are helpless despite the assurances from the IGP, the DG, SS, the NSA, and assuring all parties and warning the governors from destroying and stopping the activities of the party candidates. And to make the matter worse, all parties signed a peace accord to abide by the code of conduct for a peaceful conduct of campaign during the election. So far, the peace accord signed by the parties appear not to be effective because nobody is calling the actors to order. Therefore, the council urges security agents to be proactive and ensure adequate protection of lives and properties before, during, and after the general elections. The heightened, politically motivated killings and attacks are worrisome and should stop immediately for citizens to discharge their civic duties. Security agents should fish out the perpetrators of this heinous crime and their sponsors to face justice. The need for enhanced intelligence gathering, sharing and utilization among security agencies to curb acts of political violence cannot be overemphasized in this crucial general election that will redefine the destiny of our nation. The 2023 general election is indeed a defining moment for Nigerians to choose new leaders that will pilot the affairs of the nation. In the next 4 years, eligible citizens should collect their PVCs and vote for candidates of their choice. The destiny of the nation in the next 4 years will be determined by the competence, credibility, and integrity of the elected leaders. Nigerians are urged to vote wisely. The whole world is watching us as we go to the polls on the 25th February 2023 to elect the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Council urges local and foreign observers to ensure the polls are transparent and report any malpractice immediately for necessary action, as National Assembly expedite action on the Electoral Offences Commission. As the umbrella body of all of the 18 registered political parties, the Inter-Party Advisory Council will continue its role in considering and deepening democracy, our democracy, ensuring an environment conducive for successful elections, political stability, enduring democracy, and overall well-being of Nigerians. Together we will build a strong, united, peaceful, progressive, and equitable democratic nation. Thank you all.
The issues are very clear. One, they don't want BVAS. That appeared to have failed before the holiday. Now they don't want INEC chairman. They want to get him out. This case that was dismissed last week in Abuja wasn't the first. A similar case was instituted in Aba. They lost. They went to Court of Appeal in Owerri. They lost. They came back to Abuja. They have lost. Maybe they'll go to Court of Appeal again. But we are warning that those enemies of democracy, those enemies of Nigeria, who do not believe in this effort that the political parties and INEC have put together to have a free, fair, credible, and acceptable result of election, should stop henceforth. Nigerians are tired. They want something new. They want something that they can rely upon, something that they will trust. It is not by fighting INEC chairman. They said he didn't declare access. All through these courts, evidence was adduced. We are giving you the court cases. And they're attacking BVAS. They don't want the viewing portal. They want business as usual. Carry ballot boxes, get to somewhere, thumbprint, go to collection center, write the results, and forward. We have passed that stage. The train has left the station. So there's no need waiting. Let them go and campaign and win or lose. Then you try again. The political parties are together on this matter. There is no compromise. We believe in the system we are part and parcel of. We have tested the system. I am not saying that everything is cast on stone, but I remember in the last interaction with INEC, INEC is also working on ensuring that the system is not penetrated upon. So we'll do everything to give this support and go for this election. But for those who think they can change the system, it's not even about INEC or political parties. Nigerians out there will say no.
In line with what my colleague have said, this election by February and March has come to stay. And as we can see, that is what appears to be like a systematic and a coordinated attack on INEC facilities. And as a council, we have unequivocally condemned those attacks. And we are calling on security agents to put INEC, the protection of their facilities, let it be a priority in their activities. The security agencies should have a synergy among themselves with the stakeholders. And whatever information they got, they should share it among themselves so that the INEC facilities will be protected. Otherwise, what we are talking today about free, fair, credible, transparent, and all-inclusive election will be a mirage. So we are using this medium to call on them, especially the federal government, to make sure that Nigeria is safe and secured. Both now, through election period, and after the election period. Because what is paramount for us as a council is to make sure that we get it right. We are passing a vote of confidence on them for what they have done for today. And we are letting the world know that it's a party. We are with them because it is our aim, aspiration, and desire to make sure that this forthcoming election is credible, transparent, free, fair, and all-inclusive. Thank you.
I want to stand by what my colleagues have said firmly, strongly, because this is a duty that we owe this country as Democrats. We must do everything humanly possible, physically, mentally, to make sure we strengthen and protect the institution of INEC. Without INEC, we cannot conduct election. Without the sanctity of the operation of INEC and the elections and the polling unit, we are wasting our time. And there's no moral justification for any individual, to sue INEC chairman at this point when we are facing election. It is a clear determination to disrupt the process. So many activities are ongoing to ensure that this election did not hold, but we are calling on the President and Commander-in-Chief, who have said severally that one of the legacy he wants to leave behind is free and fair election. So far, we haven't seen that. Going by disruptions from one state to the other. And again, they are targeting the man that have created innovation, decency, morality. Every party from their office, they upload their documents to INEC comfortably without being disrupted. Unlike before, you have to take your document physically to INEC and the document got missing. So I'm appealing to all of us. We are all stakeholders. We, the party, you, the journalists, we are responsible for this country. We don't have any other country except Nigeria. Our primary duty is to make sure that there's a decency, there's a morality, there's a sense of participation. Because in the absence of that, all this effort that we have done so far, all the billions or trillions that have been invested to strengthen democratic structure and participation, all the billions politicians and parties have invested to build political structures will be in vain.
Thank my colleagues and Inter-Party Advisory Council for finding it worthy for us to come here today as a body, to pass vote of confidence to the Commission Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. And this goes a long way to also is a very great opportunity to disassociate Action Alliance from any publication or any conference whatsoever challenging the authority of the INEC chairman or calling for the removal of INEC chairman by any person in any guise from Action Alliance. Anything that is not coming from the leadership of the party, we urge the public to disregard it. You can see the leaders of political parties here, 18 political parties here. So Action Alliance is in full support of the communique that have been released today. And we are fully involved with this particular statement that has been issued today.
A new confidence from the citizenry has been built. New confidence from the international communities built because of BVAS. And one or two parties are deliberately trying to disrupt the use of BVAS. The political party have spoken. The IPAC leaders have spoken because we are part of adopting this process. And we must see it happen. Yes. And we are supporting the INEC chairman and all the INEC leaders 100% on this.
This is the most innovative leadership we've ever had as INEC. This is the most innovative. So we are satisfied that using BVAS will bring more credibility to elections in Nigeria. That is why you can see the number of people that are coming out to register for election are more in number this time around than any other time, because it has been on the test that Nigeria's electoral process is getting improved every day. It's very, very innovative, and we are all happy with it. And I am sure after 2023 elections, many Nigerians will come to hail these people that have come up with this idea. We are all in support of it. All the political parties, not anyone that is against this idea. Thank you very much.
I am here to support what we have unanimously put on paper in support of the good gesture from our chairman of INEC, Yakubu Mahmood, and his team, who have decided to put smiles back on the face of Nigerians through this 2023 general election with BVAS system. And the purpose of this is to pass vote of confidence on the good work the INEC chairman and his team are doing. And we are representing all the political parties in this IPAC, which also represents every family of Nigerians in this process. And any attempt on this kind of good arrangement is highly condemned and it is unacceptable.